As you consider starting your own Reiki business, you may find doubts surfacing in yourself and those around you. This is normal and is an essential part of the process. These doubts will ensure you clarify why you want to be a professional Reiki practitioner. Take some time to reflect on what is calling you to do this work. I'll never forget one of the first sessions I had after I moved into my first clinic. His name for our purposes will be Robert. He had seen the sign for Reiki in the acupuncture clinic I was in as he was walking by on his way to another store and booked an appointment. When we chatted over his intake, he had mentioned his main concern was hepatitis C. Robert was a man in his 50s, well-educated and pleasant to be around. He had contracted the virus over 10 years prior, and since then his liver enzymes were getting progressively out of balance, and his doctor and he were very concerned. Robert had tried other alternative therapies and was keen with regard to his diet and lifestyle, but was not able to create balance in his liver. As a new practitioner, I was eager to work with someone who had physical concerns, as I liked the idea of being able to clearly monitor progress through traditional allopathic medicine, and was happy to work with Robert. I reminded him that his body was in charge and would decide what it was ready to heal, and he surrendered to that. I performed the session. I followed my intuition, and rather than having a set time for each hand position or specific set of hand positions, I went where my hands felt called to be and stayed there for as long as they needed to be there. Robert was quiet and would occasionally comment if he had a physical sensation or mental image he wanted to share. An hour passed. I still felt that the session needed to continue. I did not have a client after Robert, and I asked him if he was open to staying longer. He said he was, so we continued. At the end of the second hour, something happened. Robert began crying, and he was taken back to a memory in his youth, where he recalled a belief being embraced where he knew that he could never be himself. From that moment on, his life became a juggling act of managing personas and pleasing others. I listened and held the space for him to allow this memory to surface and bring it to the light. He untangled it and released it, surrendering to seeing things in a whole new way. We continued for a third hour, and in that time, like dominoes falling one after another, Robert's body released all of the energy, beliefs, and memories that were not resonating with his amazing spirit. When we were finished, Robert was grateful for the session, and I was grateful for him letting me be a part of his amazing journey. I apologized for going over our scheduled time and asked Robert to keep in touch. A few weeks later, I received a call from him. He was ecstatic because his liver enzymes were stabilizing and continuing to normalize. About a month later, Robert called again to let me know that he was symptom-free from his hepatitis and that his doctor was amazed. Robert kept in touch for years, referring clients and passing along the message that he was doing just great. His family and friends would always come to me, saying in amazement how Reiki could heal such a serious condition as the one Robert had in just one session. I would smile and tell them that Robert did the healing, and that Reiki just reminded him to do it. Although I've had the honor of being a part of so many amazing sessions, and am still excited at the start of every session, it was sessions like Robert's that reminded me when I was new and timid and doubtful that being a Reiki practitioner was not a choice, but a calling. By stepping out of my own way, I could let go and let Reiki do the work. As you consider beginning your practice, I hope you remember that with every client you see, you will be a part of creating positive change in yourself, your clients, and the world. Be that change.